Hello, my name is Joshua Mugabi. I welcome you to Plant Structures Part 2. Bingo. And without wasting any of our time, let's go directly to our quiz. That part of a plant that usually grows upwards from the soil possesses leaves and buds. Its main function are support, conduction in xylem and phloem, and sometimes storage. A. Stem. B. Modified leaf. C. Root cap. D. Phloem. And the answer is A. Stem. Conducting tissue in plants for transporting substances, for example, food and hormones. A. Stem. B. Modified leaf. C. Root cap. D. Phloem. And the answer is D. Phloem. Leaf that has undergone changes in structure in order to adapt to its environment. Sometimes store food and survive adverse conditions. For example, pine needles, cactus needles, cherry rhubarb, fresh leaves of bulbs, etc. A. Stem. B. Modified leaf. C. Root cap. D. Phloem. And the answer is B. Modified leaf. A loosely arranged mass of cells that covers and protects the root tip as it grows through the soil. A. Stem. B. Modified leaf. C. Root cap. D. Phloem. And the answer is C. Root cap. Stem that has undergone changes in structure in order to adapt to its environment, store food and survive adverse conditions. For example, rhizome, stem tuber in potatoes, etc. A. Petal. B. Shoot. C. Modified root stem. D. Rhizome. And the answer is C. Modified stem. Part of a flower, usually colored, attracts insects to effect pollination. A. Petal. B. Shoot. C. Modified stem. D. Rhizome. And the answer is A. Petal. Soaring horizontal underground stem, perennating organ. Terminal bud produces leaves and flowers above ground. Lateral buds produce new ones of these underground roots. Adventitious, e.g., iris, mint, scotch grass. A. Petal. B. Shoot. C. Modified stem. D. rhizome. And the answer is D, rhizome. That part of a plant that grows above the ground. Young branch or sucker, new growth of plant. A, petal. B, shoot. C, modified stem. D, rhizome. And the answer is B, shoot. The force which can push water up a stem from the root and cause it to exude, that is to seep, from a cut stump of a plant. The movement of water into the xylem by osmosis causes this. A, radicle. B, pith. C, node. D, root pressure. And the answer is D, root pressure. Part of a plant embryo that develops into root. A, radicle. B, pith. C, node. D, root pressure. And the answer is A, radicle. Point on a stem where a leaf or leaves are attached. A, radicle. B, pith. C, node. D, root pressure. And the answer is C, node. Soft spongy tissue in the center of most angiosperm stems. A, radicle. B, pith. C, node. D, root pressure. And the answer is B, pith. Cells containing chlorophyll formed at the top of a leaf, forming one or more layers. Function in photosynthesis. A, secondary root. B, primary meristem. C, palisade cell. D, nectary. And the answer is C, palisade cell. Tip of the main shoot and roots of plants. Area of active cell division, that is mitosis, which produces simple cells which later undergo elongation and differentiation to give rise to various plant tissue like the xylem and phloem, etc. A, secondary root. B, primary meristem. C, palisade cells. D, nectary. And the answer is B, primary meristem. A branch of the main root, e.g. lateral roots of the main taproot. A, secondary root. B, primary meristem. C, palisade cell. D, nectary. And the answer is A, secondary root. Gland found on any flower, part which secretes nectar. A. Secondary root. B. Primary meristem. C. Palisade cell. D. Nectary. And the answer is D. Nectary. Hello friends, thank you very much for participating in Plant Structures Part 2. Please do like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. I'm Joshua Mugabi. Bye-bye for now.